Stay tuned to the A to Z Television, the home of all news. You are live on A to Z Television, the home of all news. A to Z Television.
Hello viewers, this is A to Z News coming to you live from our studio here in Freetown, looking at top stories making news headlines across the country. First, the headlines. House of Parliament has unanimously rectified power generation project agreement. Anti-Corruption Commission updated the media on the outcome of the 2020 Auditor General's report. World Football Governing Body FIFA has certified 3 players to represent Sierra Leone senior national football team. These and more stories plus sport and COVID updates coming up just after the short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back, this is A to Z News. I am Joy Kuyate. Now for details of top stories and other stories making news across the country. The House of Parliament has unanimously rectified $217 million Freetown Power Generation Project Agreement. The project is to provide 148.5 megawatts of stable electricity power supply, especially in the eastern province of Sierra Leone. Mohamed Sise has more.
The House of Parliament has on Tuesday, the 21st of December 2021, unanimously ratified $270 million Freetown Power Generation Project Agreement. The project is to provide 148.5 megawatts of stable electricity power supply, especially in the eastern part of Freetown. Addressing members of Parliament, the Minister of Energy, Alhaji Kanja Sise, assured members of Parliament that some of their concerns regarding the poor quality of electricity in the eastern part of Freetown will be addressed after the implementation of the project.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I've had several references made to the chairman of the Energy Committee, Honorable Kefra Vandi, being efficient. Mr. Speaker, for you to see Honorable Vandi so vast in energy today is purely out of respect for this Honorable House. You gave me Honorable Kefra Vandi as the chairman of this sector. And once you gave him to me, I made it my duty, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that this Honorable House is quite properly briefed on what is happening in the sector. And this is why I leave no stone unturned, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, to make sure that Honorable Kefra Vandi is very much involved with the affairs of my ministry. I believe, and I am not disappointed. I want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I can assure you that you'll have more of us as we go along. I note, with respect, the accolade given us, or to me personally, by the honorable member from Lunge, Honorable Abu. Indeed, like he said, I had some interaction with him, and he went to see me to express concern about the poor electricity situation in Lunge. I did tell him at the time that Lunge is important to me and to the entire ministry, mainly because it is definitely the face of our country. This is where our people come into this country.
Mr. Leader, I'm sure you're happy with your chairman. He's gone? Oh, So, Mr. Speaker, this is a document I participated in ratifying in the past, so I see no reason why I should not again participate today in ratifying the same document. So on that note, I join others before me in urging colleagues to participate and ratify this agreement.
Concluding the debate, the leader of government business, Honorable Matthew S. Nyumba, thanked the minister, adding that the agreement is indeed environmental friendly. He said the minister is fighting for their rights in ensuring that citizens have sustainable electricity supply. He advised the minister to set an oversight team in order to monitor the effective implementation of the project.
His contribution is a very genius comrade. Oh yeah, no, he's a comrade in Oranica. What comrade in APC? But as he said, even in the agreement, the recited, Mr. Minister, we accepted that it started from 2011. But you know what? My honorable colleague on the opposition side, we only continue good agreements, good things. That's to continue. We don't continue bad agreements. Yes, because we are very transparent government. We are very transparent government. So government is continuity on a very good front. So that is why the things that are not good, we cannot accept them. I thank the minister because this one is environmental friendly. This agreement is environmental friendly. We talk about two of the liquefied natural gas, which you have stated also in the agreement, and you talk about the consumer. Honorable Abukar will talk about the consumer protection. Mr. Minister is very key. He has been very magnanimous. He has been very open in this ministry to ensure that it's not only put your technical team in place to do the job, but also get in touch with your consumers. And customer relations is very important because that's what it also boosts the technology is by you having access to light. So for you to have life at this day you are moving, sustainable electricity you are fighting for. Oversight to ensure that they follow up with the agreement. So the only way we can see the survival of this agreement, Mr. Minister, like what I told you this morning, personally you have to form a whole team so that you can look at the oversight so we can enjoy the fruit of this particular project at the end of the day. You as a minister and what you have been doing, all we have said it, is good for all of us, to make formal complaint, whether at your office or at the office of the DG or any other department, so that you can be able to see how best you can solve this electricity issue. And this money is so much we are going to invest into this project. And we need...
For A to Z News, Mohammed Momo Sisi reporting from Parliament.
The Anti-Corruption Commission has updated the media on the outcome of the 2020 Auditor General's report, where the Commissioner of the Anti-Corruption Commission, Francis Bem-Kelfala, made highlight of ACC's standpoint towards the 2020 report. Mohammed Sah was there and has more.
At a press briefing held by the Anti-Corruption Commission during the course of the week, we are plethora of issues from the Auditor General's report of 2020 we are outlined by the Commissioner, ranging from misappropriation, misapplication, fraud, and embezzlement of state revenue accounts. He further states that the 2020 audit report has 1,020 issues that need the attention of the Anti-Corruption Commission, of which he highlighted few of the issues.
Now to the 2020 audit report. We have identified the ages. The report itself has 1,020 issues that need our attention. In these 1,020 issues, in the ages opinion on the public accounts, there are 9 issues that need our attention. For embassies and high commissions, 51 issues. Ministries, departments, and agencies, 281 issues. Public enterprises, commissions, and those funded projects, that is the chunk of where the issues are, 635 issues. And we have 44 issues from local councils. So as you can see, these are a wide array of issues that we cannot solve immediately.
The fight against corruption, he says, the Commission is robust about, and with no exception, to the 2020 audit report. According to him, the ACC shall be clamping hard on ministries, departments, and agencies of the many irregularities exhumed from their administration by the Auditor General's report of 2020.
As you can already see, every year our Christmas goes because of audit reports and the fact that we take our work very seriously. So even now, this is the Christmas season, we have been combing through the most recent audit report, identifying issues that need to be acted on, and of course, preparing ourselves to start robustly acting on them. Now, the issues are too many. It will be difficult for me to go through all the issues that we can, but what we have done is to broadly categorize our actions. There are various issues that we have identified for investigation. That means teams in the ACC are going to be divided to investigate these issues as speedily as possible, but within reasonable constraints that we have with personnel, with time and resources. National Minerals Agency, 15.9 billion.
In his wrapping up statement, he implores the Fourth Estate to be fair and accurate in reporting issues relating to the 2020 Auditor General's report.
So, as you, the press, are reporting on what we are doing on audit report, I want you to know that because in December 2020-2021, we have not acted on a particular issue in the audit report, does not mean the ACC has decided to ignore it. So if we decide to start, for example, with an issue at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or the Ministry of National Minerals Agency, it does not mean an issue in the presidency will not be looked into. If we start with the presidency, it does not mean an issue in the local councils will not be looked into. All of them are important to us, but we have 251 staff countrywide, and we can only do as much as we can within our resources and the personnel we have.
For A to Z News, I am Mohamed Sarr reporting.
World Football Governing Body, FIFA, has certified 3 players to represent Sierra Leone's senior national football team. The 3 players' eligibility were questionable of whether they meet the status of having to play for the country of their parents' pedigree, Sierra Leone. Joshua Patrick has more on that.
The Players Status Committee, which is an auxiliary component of World Football Governing Body, has vetted and clarified 3 players whose eligibilities were questionable of whether they meet the status of having to play for the country of their parents' pedigree, Sierra Leone. These 3 players on FIFA's Status Committee watch on Sierra Leone are Stephen Roy Coker, who has once played for the English Premier League teams of Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, currently playing his professional football in Gaziantep FC on a loan from Fenerbahce, the top league of the Turkish football. Issa Kalon is a professional footballer who plays as a winger for SC Cambuur in the Dutch top league, and Sir Jonathan Mosse is a professional governing body, FIFA. The Players Status Committee verifications came out in a positive stead for Sierra Leone, who stood out tough in the AFCON qualification dugouts and secured its spot in the 2022 African Cup of Nations tournament in Cameroon. And as all African countries are putting their teams in order for the AFCON tournament, the Leon Stars of Sierra Leone, with their head coach John Kister and his technical team, has made a 40-man provisional squad list, out of which 23-man squad will be selected to represent Sierra Leone in the AFCON Cameroon 2022 tournament. By all indication, the players are in an euphoria of high determination toward a fit battle in Cameroon. For A to Z News, Joshua Patrick.
In case you've just joined us, this is A to Z News live from our studio here in Freetown. Send us feedback on our various social media handles of where and out there you're viewing us from. Let's go for a short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Motivation 101 on A to Z Television.
Raheem, Rara, LA. For virus, now go call, now go to. Papa God, come down and save us. Since we are born at the same struggle, every day and that's why the same hustle. Things gonna change at the same trouble. Big trouble in a small saloon. Big trouble in a small saloon. Big trouble in a small saloon.
Yeah, that's so they can better we for make line of votes. Now team tranga with a make line for talk. How man go drinking while snow water. Girl just go up, I go catch me a cutter. Under one pot, and spray one water. The man up for first scene, quick the pool tanker. But this is business, when I not go blow, now free still on a normal cold breeze for the blow. We try with the same team, we want new party. Not your man, where they take them on they use on the party. The country don't crack, make young man, these don't work. Now they money, the drug, anything right. The man up for make moves, Paulo, one cha-cha. When I match is more done, I continue the cratcher. Salon so fun, let's make a loss, me brother, Polo from Libya to Italy. But come on, don't die.
Since we are born and now for sport, let's just have a glimpse of the African football nations that qualified for the AFCON tournament in Cameroon 2022. Sierra Leone made it once again.